A study from the University of Texas found that many people would rather receive mild electric shocks than sit alone with their thoughts for 15 minutes. Think about that. Silence felt more uncomfortable than pain. And that reveals something disturbing about modern life. Most people are not addicted to productivity. They are addicted to distraction because distraction protects them from confronting themselves. Psychologists call this avoidance coping. It happens when people use activity, work, or stimulation to escape emotional discomfort instead of addressing it directly. And in modern culture, avoidance coping often looks impressive. Constant emails, endless meetings, fully packed schedules. From the outside, it looks ambitious, but internally, it can be emotional avoidance disguised as discipline. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If all your current tasks disappeared tomorrow, would you still know who you are? Or has busyness become your identity? Because many people secretly fear free time, not because they hate rest, but because rest removes distraction. And without distraction, unresolved questions become impossible to ignore. If this idea already feels familiar, subscribe now, because this channel is built for uncomfortable truths most people avoid. This is why some people panic during vacations or weekends. The moment life slows down, anxiety appears. Suddenly, there are no deadlines, no notifications, no constant stimulation protecting them from themselves. And that silence forces confrontation with things they spent months or years suppressing. Look at Elon Musk's early interviews. He often described extreme work schedules as necessary for survival and progress. But many founders copied only the exhaustion, not the strategic thinking underneath it. They adopted overwork as identity. And eventually, many discovered that being constantly busy does not automatically mean being effective. The dangerous part is that productivity creates emotional rewards. Every completed task produces a small psychological release. Emails answered, notifications cleared, meetings completed. It feels productive. But dopamine does not measure meaning. And many people confuse the emotional sensation of movement with actual progress. This is why highly intelligent people sometimes remain trapped for years. They optimize calendars, routines, and systems while completely ignoring the deeper problem underneath. The career they hate, the relationship collapsing quietly in the background, the business model that no longer works. They become extremely efficient at avoiding reality. Carl Jung once warned that people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. Modern busyness proves how accurate that observation still is. Some people stay permanently overwhelmed because stopping would force them to confront the life they accidentally built. And modern culture reinforces this behavior constantly. Exhaustion is treated like status. Burnout becomes proof of importance. People proudly announce how little they sleep, how overloaded they are, how impossible their schedule has become. But exhaustion is not evidence of value. Sometimes it is evidence that your entire life structure is unsustainable. Look at the collapse of companies like WeWork. Behind the explosive expansion was constant motion, constant scaling, constant activity. But speed concealed deeper structural problems. And this happens personally too. Many individuals use constant movement to avoid confronting flaws that eventually become impossible to ignore. The uncomfortable truth is that real growth often feels slower than fake productivity. Reflection feels slower, strategic thinking feels slower, rest feels slower. But slower is not always weaker. Sometimes slowing down is the first moment you begin seeing clearly again. Ask yourself honestly, when was the last time you spent an entire hour without stimulation? No phone, no work, no scrolling, no background noise. For many people, that feels almost impossible now, and that inability reveals dependence more than discipline. Ironically, many life-changing realizations happen only after forced stillness, burnout, illness, isolation, loss. Suddenly, distraction disappears and reality becomes impossible to avoid. And many people realize they spent years building productivity systems instead of building meaningful lives. Being productive is not the problem. Escaping through productivity is. Real ambition should create clarity, not emotional anesthesia. Because once work becomes your escape mechanism, achievement stops feeling fulfilling. No amount of success can solve avoidance. You're not busy, you're escaping. And until you recognize the difference, you may continue filling every hour of your life while remaining emotionally stuck in the exact same place. If this made you rethink your relationship with work, leave a like and subscribe to 300 Seconds University for high-density insights in under 5 minutes.